Hello, and thank you for listening to episode 202 of Got Creeps, your favorite podcast that always makes sure to give you your weekly dose of the weird, mysterious, and creepy. We are your hosts. I am John.
And I'm Leilani.
And today we're going to be talking about the true story of the exorcism of Emily Rose, or the story of Anneliese Michel. And let's just jump right into it. In the quaint town of Klingenberg, Germany, during the tumultuous 1970s, the eerie tale of Anneliese Michel unfolded, casting a shadow of dread over those who dared to delve into its depths. Anneliese, a devout Catholic from a deeply religious family, found herself ensnared in a sinister dance between the forces of light and darkness. Born in 1952, Anneliese's descent into the abyss began innocently enough, with what seemed like harmless epileptic seizures at the age of 16. I don't know how harmless epileptic seizures could be, but Yet, as time wore on, her affliction morphed into something far more sinister, defying the explanations of modern medicine and plunging her into a nightmare of which she could not awaken. Anneliese's condition took a malevolent turn as she exhibited aversion to sacred objects, spoke in tongues, and displayed an unnerving strength that belied her frail frame. Convinced that her torment stemmed from a diabolical presence, Anneliese and her family sought solace in the arms of their faith. The Catholic Church, cautious yet compelled by the gravity of Anneliese's plight, reluctantly sanctioned the rite of exorcism. Father Ernest Alt and Father Arnold Renz, brave souls armed with crucifixes and holy water, stepped forward to confront the darkness that had ensnared her soul. The exorcisms conducted. Exorcism? Why did I say it like that?
Exorcisms.
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 The exorcisms.
The exorcisms conducted in the dimly lit confines of Anneliese's home echoed with the cries of unearthly voices and the stench of sulfur. Witnesses spoke in hushed tones of Anneliese's contorted visage, twisted by unseen hands, and the chilling resonance of her unearthly utterances. As the exorcisms dragged on, Anneliese's physical form withered, a mere shell housing the malevolent spirits that tormented her. Her refusal of sustenance, believing it tainted by the demons within, transformed her into a ghastly specter of her former self. Despite the valiant efforts of the exorcists, Anneliese's fate was sealed. On a fateful day in July 1976, she breathed her last, her body ravaged by the relentless assault of the infernal forces that had claimed her as their own. The tragic saga of Anneliese Michel remains shrouded in mystery, as a chilling reminder of the thin veil that separates the realm of the living and the dead. In the quiet streets of Klingenberg, her specter lingers, a whispered warning of the darkness that lurks in the shadows, waiting to claim the unwary souls who dare to tread its path. So that was the kind of synopsis of the original story of the famous Exorcism of Emily Rose, kind of like the scary movie.
Is that how you would say the original? Like it's not the original. I guess it is, but it's the true.
It's the actual case is what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. Yeah. Sorry. That's what I mean. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it does make sense. Like original would work. It's just a weird way to put it.
I mean, I guess. But yeah, this case was crazy. I guess she was like one of the like symptoms, if you will, of like her demonic possession is that she would like eat spiders that she would find like in her room and stuff, because like they obviously had to like chain her up and tie her up in her room to conduct these exorcisms. So like if she found like spiders and shit crawling around, like she would just pick them up and like eat them and like
I'm not even listening to the rest of what you're saying.
Yeah. Like it was kind of crazy. Apparently she was just like eating random stuff.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
eat the food. Just eat the food that they're trying to feed you.
Somebody had also claimed that like her eyes went completely black during some of these like seizures and stuff.
But I mean, that's a thing, is when like you are like if you're housing a demon, like your eyes go black.
Oh, okay. Right. That's fair.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like that's a normal thing, like if somebody has a seizure. I'm like, who have you been around That their
I've
eyes just went black.
I've literally never been around anybody that has a seizure, but like movies, TV shows, like you see that they're the demon when like their eyes go like all the way black.
Right. Supernatural.
Yeah, yeah, one of my
Great
favorite
show.
shows in the world.
Great show.
One of my favorite shows.
It's not even time for creep pics yet.
It's not even my creep pick, but okay, so when I was reading into this, I saw that her mom's name is Anna, and Annaliese's mom's name is Anna. But they both, her mom and her dad, came from very, very, very religious families, and I believe that there were like three nuns in the family.
Right.
And Anna, and I believe, I don't remember the dad's name, but they had an illegitimate,
Illegitimate.
yeah, they had an illegitimate child right before Annalise. So when they did get married, the families forced Anna to wear a black veil. And like, I guess she could have still worn a white dress, but to
Right.
show that she was not pure, she needed to wear a black veil. And then it just cast a shadow for the rest of their lives that like they have to atone for the sins of what they did wrong. And so one would say like Annalise being possessed is kind of like payback for the sins that they, what is the sins that they caused or the sins that
Yeah.
they did,
Right.
which is like, I think it was 1949 was when Anna had her first child, and then Annalise was born in 1952, I believe. Is that what it was? 1952?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes,
1952.
1952.
And I'm not sure because I didn't go all the way into this. I kind of skipped around. But if it wasn't that child, the first child being Martha, her sister, passed away at the age of 8. Not sure if that was the first kid, but also like if that happened, if she was that first kid already, like the illegitimate child, and she passed away at the age of 8, I really don't think the family needs to do anything else after that. Like,
Right.
I think they paid their dues after that. And regardless, like if it wasn't that first child and just one of your children passed at the age of 8, like I think you're good now. I
Yeah.
don't think you need to have another child that gets possessed by a demon.
Yeah, like tell the demons to relax a little bit.
Yeah, like,
Like,
you're chilling. You're good now.
You're good. You
like-
got your get back.
You're paid up at
But
this
no,
point.
no, they went in like, times 10 and like just filled this poor girl with demons.
When she did eventually pass, because I believe she passed at the age of like 23, 23, 25, very young. Like I'm not even 25 yet. Like that's insane that she was already possessed by a demon and then died from it at that point.
Yeah.
But like she was a mere like 60 pounds at the time of her death. Like that is a frail woman.
Right. And if you've seen like the before and after pictures of just like a few months into, the exorcisms, and I think that there was like actually like 67 total exorcisms done.
I mean, that's a really long time. I would not like put it past her to be like, I'm not fucking eating anything. Like, y'all just gonna exercise me regardless. Like, I'm not gonna eat, not gonna drink. I'm just gonna fucking eat spiders.
So you're saying if we chained you up into a room and like did an exorcism on you, you'd start eating spiders?
Not after the first one, but like, this is like ongoing for
Right.
more than days, more than weeks. Like this is years. I'm not going through a normal life at this point. Like I'm not having bread and butter and mac and cheese. apparently,
Right.
like, my
You're having
go-to.
bed stuffing and
Yeah.
wall insulation.
Right. I mean, okay, so how modern is modern medicine at this point?
I mean, it's 1952, 50s ish. I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand what the year is, but like in terms of medicine, like what do they have?
lots. Like, what are you asking for specifically? Like, there's a lot in medicine, honey.
I understand that she's having seizures.
Right?
What can they do at this point in time to have remedied that situation of her
Oh,
having
okay.
seizure?
Right.
How do you not understand what I was asking?
I don't know. Like, it seemed like you were just asking, like, a broad question. Like, what do they have in medicine in this time?
But it's tied
What?
to our story.
Right, but like I don't know. You could have meant like medications. You could have meant like tests. You could have meant like
Well, all of that, yes. Like, what do they have in terms of anything in the medical profession and medical world to have fixed her if it wasn't exorcisms?
yeah, probably lots. Probably various different drugs and tests that they could have ran and like you know
Because, okay, if this was like the 1900s, like early 1900s, like 1909, exorcisms and that route would seem much more plausible than
right
just taking her to the doctors.
like ye old times.
yeah, like we're now in the 1950s.
Right.
Well, no, actually, 1960s, 1970s. Like, that's not that long ago.
Right. Like that was like
like, they're,
shortly before like my parents were born.
yeah, they're not like on the farm with the like big hats
Right.
and
They don't
long
have like
dresses.
what
Like,
are they
they're
called?
not
Like
Little House on the Prairie.
Housemaids,
Yeah,
housewives.
no, I don't. Well, they have
House.
they have housewives, and they have housewives right now.
The Real Housewives on the Prairie.
Like, it's not like Little House on the Prairie days. Like, there's
Right.
so much.
There's medicine.
Yeah.
There's modern medicine available. And that's why this case actually went to court.
Yeah.
It was the first case of exorcism that went to trial, like as a legal trial,
Court. Yeah.
like a legal court case. And like a lot of people are saying like it was negligent on the parents and stuff and blah 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 blah, and like I totally agree that it was negligent on the parents because like there's a lot of steps before you get to exorcism.
Lots of steps.
There's plenty of steps before you get there.
Even if you are a devout religious family.
Right.
There are many steps before that.
Right.
Many. That's like number 174 on the list.
Right. And no, they just went straight to it. And what's even more weird is that it was granted. Like, yeah, they presented them with a case of, like, look at my kid and stuff and see if this, would require an exorcism. Mm-hmm. Right? But it got granted. But, like, they didn't verify that there was any medical tests done.
That's why they need to have a team not only of somebody in the medical profession, but then obviously somebody from the church, and then a complete non-believer altogether. Right. If they were to have that team,
right,
this would not have happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would not have happened because, again, like, this was number 174 on the list of things that they could have done to make sure she was good. But yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. That's cuckoo.
Yeah, so like a lot of people are saying that like, it was fake and it was just like psychosis and stuff, like basically the 67 exorcisms and stuff just drove her nuts,
Yeah.
right? Which makes
Yeah.
sense, right? It makes sense until you realize that like these symptoms started before the exorcisms,
What symptoms?
like her speaking in tongues, her aversion to holy objects, her and like I think that there's like a list of like things that like a checklist of things to how do you know if you're possessed? One, aversion to sacred objects. You know?
I guess that, again, so many things that could have happened before exorcisms, 67 of them. But okay, so she was speaking in tongues. She had the aversion to sacred objects. Was she contorting her body at that point too? Or
I
did that
believe
happen like
so
with
because I think that that was like part of the seizure. Like I think that that is what her quote unquote seizures were. It's her speaking in tongues, like and like her eyes were reported to be going black. I mean, take it as you will. Like people are gonna make up shit,
Yeah, of
but
course.
her eyes were reported to be going black before the exorcism started. Like some of these symptoms and
Mhm.
stuff were there before the exorcism started.
And but speaking as somebody who's never taken the LSAT or has a law degree or anything, all of that is hearsay. Absolutely all of that is hearsay because I'm sure they didn't start, well, I'm not sure, but they don't start recording any of this, documenting any of this until they've already started the process of, looking to do exorcisms on her,
Right.
or obviously put that in a case to bring it to, what is it, the Vatican, like to start the exorcism. Like, say her parents are like, my child is doing all of this, we need an exorcism, is all to not whatever the opposite of downplay would be, but like heighten the fact, highlight, I don't even know what the word is, but they're like, yo, my kid needs an exorcism. And they're like, why? And they're like, because one, speaks in tongues, it's fucking weird, not normal.
Fucking weird.
Two, contorting her body, again, not normal. My 16-year-old daughter shouldn't be doing that. She's not a gymnast. She isn't in Cirque du Soleil. Like, that's not a thing. And then three, like, bro, we put a cross on her and she like started foaming at the mouth. Like, what? Like, that doesn't happen. They're like,
Her
oh
skin
shit.
started bubbling.
They're like, oh shit, yeah, like let's let's exercise that bitch. Now they're doing the exorcisms and now they're going to be taking photos, videos, recordings. She can now, obviously, with it in her mind that, like, I need an exorcism. Let me show them why I need an exorcism. You know? We're taking an ice cream break. Because that's what you do when you talk about demonic possessions.
So, anyways, uh, there was six. Oh, sorry. There was six demons that were inside of Anneliese when they asked her who, and what are the names of the demons that are inside of you, and who's possessing you and things like that. And, some of the names we know, we've heard before. Some of them, not so much. So here are the six that were possessing Anneliese. We have Cain, Judas,
Judas.
Judas, Iscariot, Iscariot. I think
Yeah,
that's how you say it.
we'll go with that.
Belial, Legion, Nero, and Hitler. So, you know, they're all present they're having a party in little Anneliese here. And we actually have a recording of each of the voices because there are different voices that go along with each demon.
Demon, yeah.
So each of them sounds differently from the other ones. So let's take a look. First one up, we have Hitler.
Okay, starting off
Starting
strong.
off strong.
Sind wir schon drei?
Next, we have Cain.
Kane's just guttural noises.
And this is Nero.
Ruhe gibt's nur dort, wo die Liebe ist. Nur Hass. Und wo nur Hass ist, da gibt's keine Ruhe.
Fleischmann. This is like the only one that sounds different
Yeah.
so far.
I was gonna say.
Judas.
Judas.
Die müssen in eigenen Seminaren ausgebildet werden, die dürfen nicht auf die anderen Universitäten.
Okay, back to sounding like the other ones.
Okay, this one sounds like. If you know that baby, it sounds just like that.
Lucifer.
Okay, these are not even what you said they were.
Im Namen deines seligen Jungfrau, im Namen Jesu, befehle ich dir auszufahren. Im Namen des dreifaltigen Gottes, des
For it being the devil himself, I would have thought it'd be a little bit more. There'd be a little bit more umph.
British.
I was thinking that. A little bit more British.
I was expecting him to ask, "What do I desire?"
A little sexy. I heard no detective in there either.
Yeah. Fake Lucifer.
Fake Lucifer Morningstar.
But yeah, those are the voices. What'd you think?
Well, one.
If you came home and we had a kid
we do have a kid.
that was speaking in tongues.
If I came home and we had a kid, well, we do. It is something that I come home to quite often.
Yeah, but she's not. Well, I mean, I guess you can kind of say that she's speaking in tongues because we can't really understand what she's saying, anyways. I don't know what I was trying
What
to
did
say.
it sound like in your head?
Um,
What were you trying to say? Because I don't know how to answer that because I don't know what the question is.
I have no idea where I was going with that, if I'm being 100% honest.
Okay. So if I were to come home to a child who is speaking in tongues and they all have different sounding
Like, they all
voices.
sound slightly different. Right?
Like enough for it to be like, oh, this is a different.
A different character that you're doing,
Yeah.
but not too different to where you're like, oh yeah, you're a completely different person. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what would you think? I'd just be like, okay.
Okay, so it's different because if it were to happen in this day and age, I feel like it would get overlooked a little bit more so than it would back then.
Right.
Because in this day and age, like this kid could be like, I heard this on YouTube, like I'm gonna fucking do this now. So are we talking about like right now, if I were to come home like tomorrow and our kid is doing this?
Yeah.
I would need a little bit more. I would need a little bit more than the speaking in tongues.
Right.
And I mean, I guess like if the kid was not only one speaking in tongues, but two saying like, this is Hitler. Like I am Hitler now. Like
I
now,
am Hitler now.
Now I'm Judas.
Now there's an issue.
Now I'm Lucifer. And first of all, I'm thinking it's like our daughter, like right now, but like if the kid is like, now I'm Lucifer, and it's not in a British accent, I'm like, no, you're not.
And you know that.
Do you want me to put it on right now? Like I'll
Do
put
a better one.
I'll put Lucifer on right now. Like you need to show me that
Do
for
a
me
better impression.
to understand that that's Lucifer Morningstar. If you haven't seen Lucifer on, if you haven't seen Lucifer,
You know that guy?
that dude, like, you're not gonna get like any of these references. So you need to watch Lucifer. It's on Netflix. Is it still? I think
I have no idea.
it's on Netflix. If it's not, like, you can find it somewhere. But at least watch a clip. Watch a clip of it, and then you'll understand. Like,
Yeah, like just watch like the first scene.
yeah,
And then you'll see kind of, that's how I expect Lucifer Morningstar
yeah,
to be.
exactly that.
Not Gremlin.
Yeah, like. Also, like, okay, let's say, like, this is Lucifer. Why he sound like that?
Right. Also,
Like
too.
he is the devil.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be a little bit more like
Menacing.
right? Like he's like, you're like, oh shit.
Like, oh, I am the devil. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know,
Not-
something. Something.
Precious.
Yeah, so okay. So bringing it back, like let's loop back here. Like if I came home, my kid is doing this, I am going to need more than just that to be like possessed.
Right. Okay, if we're being honest, if I came home and like my kid was doing this, I'm leaving without it. I'm going out for milk and cigarettes.
What do you mean? Because we were just talking about how like that's not enough.
Right, but also that's just weird.
It's weird, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Okay, I can see that, but I'm like, it's also a kid. Like,
Well,
that's a kid thing to do.
No. I'm not thinking our kid. I'm like, this started when she was 16.
I don't know. Kids are weird at 16 too.
Not faking seizures and speaking tongues and eating spiders.
Yeah. Well, okay. Getting weirder. We're going farther on the spectrum of weird. But it's still like, okay, what? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you like doing a bit? Like, what?
Are you doing a bit?
Like, what is this?
Right. And obviously, like, we're kind of just speaking for both sides. Like, because we weren't there. We can't say definitively
Yeah.
what exactly happened.
Exactly.
So we're speaking like just for both sides. But it's such an interesting case just because like there's so many things that you look back and we're like, that's over. It was grossly overlooked.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like like we've been saying, there was multiple steps that you could have taken before you got to exorcism.
Exactly.
But also, I kind of understand why they jumped to exorcism because, yeah, your body's contorting.
Yeah.
They were saying her eyes were turning black.
Right.
Like she was eating spiders.
Yeah.
That's not normal shit. That's
It's
not,
not-
regular kid shit.
It's not normal shit. But the amount of exorcisms that need, like, I don't know.
I guess
After a certain point, like,
they were kind of just going
Get
until
some
they were
help.
done, you know?
they were not tapping out.
They're like, nah, fuck this kid. The fucking power of Christ compels you.
I don't know.
Fucking throwing crosses at this kid from across the room. What do we do now? I don't know. Nothing's working.
Oh, I mean, okay, so I read, so the priests, the parents, I believe that was I believe that was it. The priests and the parents were obviously on trial for negligence and murder.
Right.
They did get sentenced, and let me just see, like, what.
I know where you're gonna take this.
Take it over.
Take it over. Okay. Well, so they did get charged, and the courts, they decided that the parents had suffered enough, and decided that they didn't need to serve any jail time.
They did serve some jail time. They were lenient on their sentence.
Right, but again, just because they're like, oh, you've gone through enough. Honestly,
Fuck that.
fuck that.
Fuck that.
Like, you kind of just let your kid deteriorate.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it wasn't working.
The 4 were found guilty, but were given lenience, sentenced only to time served and 3 months probation. That is disgusting.
It's crazy. It's crazy that, like, they get a slap on the wrist for killing this kid.
Their kid.
Not the priest.
Yeah, I mean the priest, but the parents. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's that part was weird to me. I was like, how are you just gonna let these people off the hook
Yeah.
and just be cool with that?
You know what I did find really cool though? Like, I'm going back to, like, reading this, but because of the case, because of Anneliese's death, the Vatican did publish a revised exorcism rite, the first since the 17th century, and the revision was that in order for priests to become exorcists, they have to undergo medical training as well.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, absolutely fair.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, they should be able to treat them in both ways.
Right. Like if they're having a heart attack, you should be able to, know what to do.
Right.
In the event of a heart attack or
Yeah.
something. Or if they start spewing out black goo, you should also know what to do in the event of spewing out
What
black
would
goo.
you do? I mean, we're not.
I don't know. I'm
we're
not an
priests.
exorcist.
We're not priests that undergo, like, exorcism training. So,
I'm not that guy.
but yeah, I guess, or, like, have a doctor on standby. At least that.
Yeah, I'm like waiting outside.
At least that.
Yeah.
But, like, one good thing came out of that.
Right.
What is happening over here? Are you possessed?
Snoring. Our dog is in the room. And
No, that's Nero.
that's Nero. Nero is in our dog. And they are snoring.
I think we can wrap up the true case of Anneliese, Michel.
Yeah. Let's just leave her be now.
Yeah, let's let her rest. let her, Judas, Nero,
Lucifer,
Lucifer. Lucifer wasn't even on. Then
Hitler.
I don't really want to let him rest. Fuck him. Fuck Hitler.
Yeah. I mean, they're all in hell. So, I mean, how much rest are they getting? She can rest. Anneliese can rest.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest of them.
So I want to get into our creep pick segment. So our recommendation of the week. We spewed out a lot of different recommendations that were not part of it, but
Right.
let's just revisit them because those are really good things to watch. Like, what was it?
Evil for sure.
What a great show. I don't even know. I don't think we finished it. I don't know if it's done.
I don't think it's done.
It was getting to a really good point in the story
Right.
too.
Right.
It's a good 4 seasons, I believe, at least that we've seen, 3 or 4 seasons. Don't really know where it's on. Paramount, possibly Paramount. I believe it's Paramount. Supernatural, obviously.
Right.
If you have not seen Supernatural,
Supernatural.
where was I going with that? If you have not seen Supernatural, I can't even be friends with you. Die hard Supernatural fan. What else? Lucifer. Lucifer is on Netflix. So is Supernatural. I think that was it on that.
I think so. I think that's all that we talked
about.
I mean, maybe there was more.
There's more. I mean, you can let us know if we missed something. But what I wanted to do for the creep pick of the week, this is completely different route, but it's actually a show that I have just recently recommended to my friends, my coworkers at work, and like 3 other people just like walking across the street. Class of '07 is on Amazon Prime,
Yes.
and it's crazy. So you've seen this with me. I've actually seen this almost thrice now. Let me introduce you to a captivating series that is making waves. Class of '07. Picture this: an apocalyptic tidal wave hits during a 10-year high school reunion of an all-girls Catholic boarding school, leaving a group of women stranded on the island peak of their high school campus. The show unfolds as they grapple with survival and a roller coaster of emotions coming up to the surface as they are stuck with girls that they thought would be in their lives forever, as you do when you're in high school. Class of '07 excels not just in the apocalyptic premise, but in the character dynamics that unfold. These women come to terms with the loss of their lives that they knew, and now they are focused to rely on each other. The series cleverly explores the intricacies of high school relationships, showcasing the transformative power of camaraderie amidst chaos. One of my favorite quotes from the show, but welcome to the worst hangover of your life, baby girl. That show is ridiculous.
That show is wild.
I really hope there is a season 2. If not, it ends pretty well, but I hope there's a season 2.
The show is off the rails. Like each person is arguably worse than the next person that it focuses on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it pisses me off because she tells them. That's it. She tells them.
No spoilers here.
No.
But yeah, that's a good show.
It's a really good show.
It's a good show. Whoa, did you hear that? Did you hear my voice? It's
Yeah.
a good show.
Yeah.
If you've seen American Gods, the girl who plays
Zoe?
the girlfriend. I don't know her name in the show. I just know that she's in it.
Who are you? They're all girls.
Oh no, I was talking about in American Gods.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh?
Yeah, she's the girl in the show. But yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to the comment of the week on the YouTube channel. This is from somebody named Leilani Giliberte 3342. She says, "First episode back, baby." It was her.
It was me.
We want to hear what you guys have to say.
Why is that my name on YouTube? That's wild.
I don't know. That's just what it says. But we want to know what you guys have to say. We want to engage with you guys and be part of a conversation. So we wanna what's a good question?
I'll let you think about a question right now because I do want to, before we get into like the next segment, since you had the YouTube video up, if you haven't seen our first episode, why haven't you? Why are you on the second episode first? That's really weird. But the day that we were editing the video, which was the day after we recorded, I came across some wild information, not sure if it's true, about Gypsy Rose.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I want
Yes.
to add it to the current event from last week before we get into the current event of this week, because I was so annoyed that I didn't see this the day before because I would have added it to it. But going around on Twitter, or I'm not calling, never mind, going around on Twitter, we're not calling it X in this household.
I think we have to.
I'm not. People were saying that it's been revealed that Gypsy Rose's husband is her long lost brother. And you had shown me something like her husband resembles her mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was wild.
And you were telling me too that like she had like purposefully made Gypsy and her father's relationship estranged.
Mhm.
So
I think the baby daddy of the husband, and this is all speculation. I just wanted to chat about it because it literally came out like the day after, and I would have added it in the episode had I known about like what was unfolding in that. But it's said that the baby daddy of the husband, the baby daddy for like this kid, the husband per se, like is a different dad. So like they're half siblings. But I don't, again, we don't know. Gypsy, tell us if it's wrong. If we can get Gypsy Rose's engagement,
if we could get Gypsy Rose on the show,
wild.
that'd be crazy.
We'll go to you.
Yeah. Even if it's just like a video just being like, "Hey guys, what's up? I'm not fucking my brother."
Hey,
I'll be like, "You heard it here first.
let us know.
She's not fucking her brother."
You're all for clearing the air. Like let's do this here.
Yeah.
Tell us if I'm just blatantly lying about you. I don't know.
Hey, Gypsy, do you want to come out to Vegas?
Well, okay, that could be the question. Do you think we can get Gypsy
You know what?
Rose?
Screw a question of the day. Everybody just at Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, do it. Let's get ballsy.
And then
Fortune favors the ballsy. Like,
and then
let's fucking
at
do
her
it.
on the first episode too.
Oh Yeah.
The first
It's
episode.
about her.
It's about her. So she kind of has to see that to get the context also.
The context, it's her life.
It's her life. Yeah, but that we talked about her, you know?
Oh, yeah. Okay. She needs that for the context of what she's been through.
Of what she's been through. Like, she needs to understand. We tell her story.
Okay. Yeah, okay. We're going to scrap the question of the week. We need you in order.
Are we really just having people? No, don't. I mean, if you want to, yeah, sure. Go ahead and add Gypsy Rose. But we do also need a question.
Okay.
Or like something. Okay, so you know, we want to make sure we hear from you guys, and we'll make sure that we feature a comment on the next episode and stuff. But we'll start out simple. What is your favorite brand of iced tea? Because there's lots of different kinds, and what you choose says a lot about you.
Says so much.
Because like there's like the brisk, right? And then there's
Lipton.
There's the Nest tea. I haven't seen that in a long time, but there used to be that Nest tea.
Uh-huh.
And then there's Fuse.
Pure Life. Pure Leaf, sorry.
Pure Leaf, yeah. Like so there's different brands, okay? And what you choose says a lot about you. And we're not going to tell you what we pick until we talk about it next week. When we see what you freaks decide to choose.
I have very strong feelings about iced tea.
Yeah.
I am an iced
and I
tea
want
girl.
you to know that if you choose incorrectly, we're blocking you.
No, we're not. You're just going to get judged.
Yeah, hard. Yeah.
So,
Every episode, we're just gonna like at you and just like berate you.
okay, we're not going to do that. We'll just talk
Like,
about
pick
you.
better iced tea, loser.
We'll just talk about you for a good 15 minutes in the next episode.
Yeah, probably.
So, hey,
Probably.
that could be cool.
And
that could
what's
be cool for
even
you.
worse is like if we know you, because then we'll really come for you.
Choose wisely, folks. Okay. What do we want to get into next?
What do we have on the docket?
Let's go for Cryptid of the Week.
Okay. You know who really likes iced tea?
That's not how we're doing that.
Cryptids
That's not how we're doing
like
that.
iced tea.
It's not how we're doing that.
This is sponsored by Lipton.
What? Why would I be sponsored by the iced tea that I don't even like?
Lipton is not the worst one on that list.
It's not, but it's not the one that I would have chosen.
Wait, okay, we can't give away the right answer.
Well, we're not going to use this.
I don't know. It's kind of funny. And more into our ongoing segments, we have our cryptid of the week.
So, last week you were talking about how like you don't like when cryptids are like multiple different things.
Right. Okay.
This is better on yours, like I guess like scale.
Okay.
So
I say 2 things max is like ideal. 3 things is pushing it, but maybe acceptable. Anything more than that is too much.
are you the cryptid police?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this week's cryptid of the week is the Snallygaster.
Already love it.
Love it, right? I love this guy or gal. Today we embark on a journey into the Erie Hills surrounding Washington and Frederick counties, Maryland, in pursuit of the elusive and terrifying Snallygaster. How is it going to be terrifying with a name like that?
Right.
But
I want to cuddle it.
right, it's just
I
like,
just
oh
want
my
to
gosh.
hug it. I just want to hug it. You little snallygaster.
Right. It's like a cute little pet name. But our story begins in the 1730s when German immigrants, hey, we are still on Still on brand with our episode.
Shout out Anneliese.
So when German immigrants settled in the area, these early pioneers were haunted by a creature known as the Schneller Geist.
Schnellergeist?
Would that be?
Probably.
I think so.
I'm not German.
Or quick spirit in German. Picture this, a half bird, half reptile monster. Only two, guys. Only two. With a metallic beak adorned with razor-sharp teeth. It's a chilling fusion of the nightmarish features of demons and ghouls. The Snallygaster swoops silently from the sky. It's gonna make you mad. Its octopus-like tentacles reaching out to carry off unsuspecting victims. Some say it sucked the blood out of those unfortunate enough to cross its path. To protect themselves, locals painted 7 pointed stars on their barns, believing these symbols could ward off the creature. Fast forward to the 19th century, and the legend resurfaced, perhaps as a tool to frighten freed slaves.
Wait.
We're not getting anywhere like that. But it wasn't until 1909 that the Snallygaster truly captured public attention. Newspapers reported encounters with a beast featuring enormous wings, a long pointed bill, steel-hooked claws, and an eye in the center of its forehead. The screeches it emitted were described to be similar to a locomotive whistle. The hysteria reached such heights that even President Theodore Roosevelt considered postponing an African safari to personally hunt the Snallygaster. The Smithsonian Institution offered a reward for its hide, and the tale became a nationwide sensation. If you were ever traveling the hills of Maryland, remember to keep an eye out and an ear tuned to the haunting echoes of the Snallygaster screeches. That is our cryptid of the week.
Can we go back? You said it was a bird reptile hybrid.
Yes.
Where the fuck did the octopus tentacles come from?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's not a bird or a reptile.
I don't know. But
That
also,
is neither of those things.
Also, I saw other depictions of the Snallygaster, and they describe it more like a dragon-like creature. Still, where did the tentacles come out?
Right, exactly. Unless I'm missing something, an octopus and a dragon, because like bird, reptile, sure,
Yeah.
makes dragon, whatever. Then you can give me dragon octopus. But you didn't mention octopus.
No, it came out of nowhere. I mean,
You can't just spring octopus tentacles on me.
I think
You gotta give me a heads up. You gotta give me prior warning before you just spring out the octopus tentacles.
the Snallygaster can do whatever it wants. If it's a half bird, half reptile, dragon, octopus, like it can do that.
Right. I guess.
Who's gonna stop it?
Also though,
President Teddy, like he was like, fuck.
he was about that shit. He was like, this motherfucker don't want the smoke at all. He said,
was hunting it
I'm gonna
himself.
get that bitch. I'm gonna get that bitch. And I'm gonna put his fucking head on my wall.
What kind of? Oh yeah.
A dragon head?
A dragon head. Yeah.
Imagine having like a real dragon head just like on your wall. And like, listen, trophy hunting, not cool, guys. But if I killed a dragon, its head would be on my wall. That would be so sick.
I feel like if you were to have killed a dragon, you would have built a fireplace just to put it on there.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100,000%.
I don't know. I was very, very pleased with learning about like the Snallygaster.
Also, I'd probably sleep through it because like in our hometown, there was a lot of like trains and fields and farmland and stuff. And like where I grew up, like we lived right next to the railroad. So like every night I heard the trains going and it would just like train whistle. So I could fall asleep to train whistles. Like it's like my white noise
You were actually
at
just
this
talking
point.
about that. You were
I
talking about how
was.
you miss hearing
I
trains.
miss hearing trains because we don't hear. There's no trains around us.
Yeah, that's true.
This is Las Vegas. We don't have trains.
Imagine hearing the snallygaster here.
That'd be crazy. That would be crazy.
Like, just
like
like
if I did hear a train now, I think I would
automatically snallygaster.
I think I
automatic.
would like sleep through it, but then I'd be like, wait a second, wait a minute. That's not right.
Fair. Fair. Um I want a snallygaster like plushie.
Yeah. Well, I need to see what this thing looks like.
Here.
We'll post pictures on our socials.
Yeah.
Of what the snallygaster is.
And if you've ever heard about the snallygaster before, like, that's pretty cool because yeah.
Yeah, because you said this was like German folklore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I don't know. I don't know any people that are in Germany right now. Do we have any German listeners? Is the snallygaster like a big thing out there?
Well, it's not German folk. I mean, yes, it is, but it's
didn't
in
it, like-
Maryland.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Washington and Maryland.
Oh, well now I just look foolish.
I mean,
Anybody who's in Washington or Maryland, let us know.
I think its predecessor is a German folklore.
Okay. That makes sense.
You're not completely foolish.
Yeah. I mean, everything kind of like stems from something.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to put a picture up. Oh. Oh, it's ugly.
Oh, I like it.
It's real ugly.
Oh, I like this thing. I like this thing a lot. I don't like that one.
Where's the octopus?
I don't like that one. Guys, check out the socials. You can follow the socials at John_Raimundo on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. And you can also check out the channel on Facebook.
Interesting.
And you can see exactly what the snallygaster looks like.
You can buy a snallygaster round beach towel for $70.
But I do want a plush of this thing.
It is so ugly. I'm so sorry, snallygaster.
Like, have you guys seen Doctor Who? You know the little guy with the ball, and like the ball lights up. That's what he looks like with wings. With wings. That's it.
Whoa.
And like dragon legs.
Look at that.
Yeah. I don't like it though. I like the one with like the Cthulhu face.
That is not something I would want to like discover.
Yeah, no, imagine seeing that shit like in real life.
Yeah.
No. I just be like, no, just kill me. Just let it eat me.
Yeah.
Watch it be like, hey, what's up, bro? What's good? I'm like, oh, you chill?
Chillin',
Chillin'.
as our daughter says.
Yeah. She says chillin'. But yeah, like I was saying, if you want to see what the snallygaster looks like, keep up to date with everything, follow the socials at John_Raimundo on all forms of social media. X, TikTok, Instagram. Our Facebook is just my name, Jonathan Raimundo. And I think that is going to do it for us for this week.
Yeah. I think we're good on this episode.
Yeah.
I think we unpacked a whole lot for you guys.
We unpacked a lot.
I don't know if any of it made sense.
I was just about to say, we unpacked a lot that probably didn't make sense.
Yeah. Your You're welcome.
Listen, you're not coming here for news. You're coming here for vibes.
That's all I got for you guys.
Yeah.
That's all I got for you guys. But
And we deliver.
speaking of news, look at our new setup. Like, we didn't even mention any. We just came on and it was different and we didn't say a word of it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for getting all the way to this point. Thank you again for listening to the second episode of the second season of Got Creeps. Don't forget to like the video, like the podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and share with your friends so that we can reach more people who love the weird, mysterious, and creepy. We'll be back next week with your weekly dose of the creeps. Bye.
Bye.